What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast. On this broadcast, we are going to be bantering about the ultimate five-tool player, this time for the Colorado Rockies, using their 2023 roster. Now, we're going to get into it. We're going to first begin telling you by what a five-tool player is, followed by the contact tool. Now, for those that may not know, the five-tool player encompasses 5 different skills, and it is listed out as contact, power, speed, arm, and fielding. So in order for us to create the ultimate five-tool player, we have to put together 5 players to equal out this tool set. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make it 5 individual players and not double up on any one specific player. So with that in mind, we're going to begin with contact. Now, when it comes to the 2023 Colorado Rockies and the contact tool, we're selecting Kris Bryant. This is a former MVP player and someone who can truly put the Rockies on his back and be able to carry this team. This was what he was signed to do. Now, while in my mind and in many fans' minds, I believe it's still a very curious signing to me, being able to put Kris Bryant at this position when he is right, and that's going to be the biggest caveat about this list, is that Kris Bryant has to be right in order to put him at any one of the tools that he could potentially fit for, which is one being contact. And I think that for the Rockies, this is the player that they want to have at that position. They want to be able to put him in the presence in the middle of their lineup to really put their best foot forward. I think that for Colorado, it was a very curious move to sign him, but we know when he is healthy, this is one of the best players in baseball and a player who is capable of hitting 300, and that's why we put him at the contact tool. Now, when it comes to the power tool for the Colorado Rockies, there's very little question. It is CJ Cron. This is a player who perennially is putting up some of the biggest home runs in MLB year after year. Now, yes, it could become a part of the higher altitudes at Coors Field in Colorado, but I think that for Cron, this is one of the guys that has tremendous power, and the ability to put the bat on the ball for him has eluded him at times. But when he is right, when he is healthy, this is a player that absolutely can produce at a high level for the Colorado Rockies. Now, I think that there is going to be an opportunity for him to get a bit more consistent in his approach, but there's no doubt about it. When you look at some of the more majestic home runs over the last several years, especially at Coors Field, it has been off the bat of CJ Cron. And when it comes to speed on the Colorado Rockies, there isn't going to be much to speak of, but Ezequiel Tovar is going to be the guy that we're naming as the speed tool. There's going to be an opportunity for him when you look at his sprint speed numbers as compared to the rest of his team. This is without question the #1 speed threat on the Rockies roster. I think there is an opportunity that he could get a bit more playing time with being more consistent. He can absolutely expand on this speed profile that he has for the Colorado Rockies. I think that for Colorado, being able to kind of put this player in a position to succeed is going to be the biggest challenge, but there's very little question when you measure out the sprint speed and the ability as a base runner, this is one of the better ones on the Colorado Rockies. Now, when it comes to the arm tool, it is Jonathan Diaz. I think that when you look, this is a very capable defender. And honestly, we could have put him in the fielding category, but we'll save that for another player in just a moment. But when you look at arm strength during StatCast's projections and the way that they be able to grade out those different tool sets, the arm strength tool is something that features Jonathan Diaz. And I think Colorado is in a position right now where they're really trying to identify and figure out who exactly they are. They're trying to figure out their identity. And I think that by putting this player in a position of prominence in that lineup, in that order, in that defensive rotation, it can truly help Colorado start to build the foundation for a potential future success. But that being said, when we look at the defensive abilities of this player, his arm is definitely standing out. And lastly, but certainly not least, we look at the fielding tool, and it is Jurickson Profar. Now, Profar, like many others that we have seen throughout the course of this fielding tool, as we go through this ultimate 5-tool player for each team in Major League Baseball, it's his versatility that really puts him in this position. I think that when you look at Jurickson Profar, his ability to play the infield, the outfield, literally all over the field, puts him and makes him a very valuable fielder. I think that, yes, there are opportunities for him to be a little bit better in certain areas, but there's no doubt about it, when you have that level of versatility and you're a competent defender at each and every one of those positions, you have to be listed at the fielding tool for this team. And I think that for the Rockies, being able to maximize his value by being able to move him around to different positions each and every day is something that they can use to their best benefit. Jurickson signed very late in spring training after the WBC and his run with Team Netherlands. But there's no doubt, when you look at what this player is capable of doing, this is a guy who, with consistent at-bats, with a consistent approach, and he can produce offensively, but his absolute best value is in his versatility as a defender all over the field. So definitely, without question, Jurickson Profar is the fielding tool for the Colorado Rockies. But now I want to hear from you. Let me know, Rockies fans, how are you feeling? How would you craft and create the ultimate 5-tool player using the players on the 2023 roster for the Colorado Rockies? Let me know that down in the comments. Find me over on Twitter at banter_baseball, and we can keep the conversation rolling. As always, if you want to find more from us, check out our other social media outlets on TikTok and Instagram, and we post there daily, so make sure you check us out, follow us on there. And if you want to show more support beyond that, we have a corresponding article up on laracuenteledger.com that corresponds to this very video, so make sure you check that out as well. And if you want to show more support beyond those two avenues, we have our merchandise shop, baseballbanterbroadcast.com, in which you can use a number of the promo codes that we have on top of the banner on the website to be able to save on that banter merch. So I want to thank you for tuning in. If you haven't and you're loving what you're seeing from us here at the Baseball Banter Broadcast, make sure you hit that YouTube subscribe button down below. It does a huge service as we continue to try to grow this baseball community. Most of our audience, about 95% of our audience, is not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you're loving what you're seeing here and you haven't yet done it, hit that subscribe button and the bell for post notifications, so each and every time we drop a new broadcast here bantering about baseball, you'll know all about it. So I'll catch you guys on the next video when we banter some more about baseball. Peace.